Hello everyone, Catherine Keller here. And today I want to share a quote I heard that was actually more of a make me think kind of quote than a empower me kind of quote. But it it basically said that the uh, courage is the number one virtue to have. It is the foundational virtue because without courage we cannot have any of the other virtues. And I thought that that was really interesting that courage is the basis of our life, whether we need to make a decision yes to do something or whether we need to say no to something. A lot of times our challenge is lack of courage in making the wrong decisions. And I know for myself, even today, I have decisions that need to be made and that I have to be courageous about, to say yes to say no to. But even going back to high school and the social pressures that we face back then, to say yes or to say no to certain things is based upon the courage to be able to stand up to those people and say, no, I'm not going to do that. Yes, this is something I need to do, whatever it may be. And I was thinking about courage, and one of the things for me personally that had to happen in order for me to have courage was to realize the places that I was lacking in courage. And I think a lot of times we're so used to living our life, and just going through the routine that we don't even really stop and think about the areas that we have lack of courage, the areas that we don't go forward boldly, the areas that we try to avoid because we're afraid to, maybe the topics that we need to bring up with a spouse or a loved one, but we don't because we don't have the courage to do it. And so I think that the first step is taking a realistic look at what areas of your life are needing to have more courage. And the next step would be deciding if that's a an issue that you want to address, because if you don't really want it, if it's not that important to you, then you're never really going to do it. So if it is important to you, you have to get to the place where it becomes a must, where you become courageous enough, where you talk yourself into the benefits of being courageous as opposed to the terrible things that could happen for not being courageous. And so those are just a few quick tips for how I handle um, trying to be courageous in everyday occurrences for me, not just the big ones, but sometimes a lot of the small ones get to me and I want to run and hide in fear. And so I think that especially though for the big ones, those are the ones that tend to hold us back. Those are the ones that keep us from our goals and dreams. And so it's important that we recognize that within us and realize that without courage, we're going nowhere. And so we have to embrace that courage is the virtue that we need to start with in order to excel in all of the other virtues. So I hope that was as helpful of a quote for you as it was for me to be reminded of how important courage is in our lives. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking with you soon.